I am Jitender Singh Dahiya. I welcome you to read my story where I interview authors, speakers, coaches, celebrities, entrepreneurs and more. Today I have with me Miss Nikki Chadha. Nikki has done PG in HR from IIM Rohtak and has more than 20 years of corporate experience and training, which includes leadership and soft skills. Also, she has been following spirituality for more than 18 years now. She is a spiritual entrepreneur, Reiki Master, Tarot Master, meditation expert, certified counselor, psychic surgeon, witchcraft expert, spiritual guru, and much more. Today, she would be discussing with us her life journey. So let us hear from her. Welcome, Nikki. The platform is open, and now over to you.
Hi. I hope everybody is doing well, and I hope Jitender, you are doing very well.
Yes, wonderful.
Thank you very much for this opportunity, and this is great. Thank you very much. I'm really happy to be here.
And I'd like to start with the basic thing. I'd like to know about your past life, how it has affected you as a person, who you are and who you wanted to be in your life.
Oh, it's a long story, but I'll try to keep it as short as I can possibly.
Yeah.
So my life, in my life, I started realizing things at a very young age, actually. I must have been about 3 or 4, when I used to go out and play with the children in the building. और मैं मम्मी से कहती थी कि मम्मी जो खाना बचा है वो दे दो, मैं सिक्योरिटी अंकल को दे दूंगी.
Okay.
या मैं उनसे जाके पूछती थी कि आज आपने खाना खाया तो आपने क्या खाया, और अगर मेरे घर कुछ अच्छा बना होता था तो मेरी मम्मी को ये पता होता था कि मैं डेफिनेटली जाके खाना उनको दूंगी, तो वो एक्स्ट्रा बनाती थी उस तरह से. So I don't know what it was. I can never understand why that thing came into me so early, but that happened. और ऐसा नहीं है कि हम बहुत ही रिच या अफ्लुएंट फैमिली से थे, हम खुद बहुत लोअर मिडिल क्लास फैमिली से थे. We ourselves had a hand to mouth situation then. But फिर भी मुझे जानवरों को खिलाना, गरीबों को हेल्प करना, पता नहीं क्यों बहुत अच्छा लगता था. I used to get a kick out of it, a happiness which I can never explain.
That comes automatically to some people by default.
हाँ जी. And जब मैं 8 साल की थी तब मैं 8 साल के बच्चे को कितना कितना नॉलेज होगा या कितना सेंसिबिलिटी एक 8 साल के बच्चे में होगी. मैं 8 साल की थी और मेरे घर मेरी मम्मी की कजन सिस्टर आई थी और उनके साथ उनकी 9 महीने की बेबी आई थी, और वो खेलते खेलते किचन में चली गई और किचन में आग लग गई. somehow गैस सिलेंडर से स्टोव ने आग पकड़ लिया पूरी तरह से. और मम्मी और आंटी बेडरूम में बैठे थे और मैं किचन में भाग के उस बेबी को उठा के बेडरूम तक गई, और जब तक मैं बेडरूम पहुंचती तब तक मेरे पीठ में आग लग चुकी थी. तो मैं जल गई थी, मेरा आधा फेस जल गया था. अभी भी मेरे बॉडी पे मार्क्स है, बट आई एम वेरी प्राउड ऑफ इट क्योंकि मैंने एक बच्चे की जान बचाई.
Correct. Really, at that point in time, like you were quite young and you did this. That is really commendable. Really salute to you.
Thank you very much. It's just that when you are born with a purpose, then it just starts happening. Things just start happening.
Correct.
You don't really push yourself towards your purpose. Your purpose comes to you. And शायद इसीलिए बहुत छोटी उम्र से ही इस तरह से मैं जीती आई हूँ, और मुझे अच्छा लगता है इस तरह से लोगों के साथ जुड़ना. And of course I have always been very outspoken and talkative as well, so it's always been great, I think.
Wonderful.
इसी तरह से मेरी लाइफ की जर्नी रही है. एंड इस तरह से कुछ चीजें करते करते कब पढ़ाई कंप्लीट हो गई और जॉब के चक्कर में मैं फंस गई, ये पता ही नहीं चला.
Correct. So with this, I'd like to know about since you were a child and now that is a long period altogether. So from your early childhood to now, what you were passionate about, like it has shifted from that point in time to now, or you are still the same, following the same passion altogether?
That's a very good question. When you're a child, you pretty much change your passion and goal every month.
Correct.
Today I want to be an actor. Tomorrow I want to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
And day after I want to be a chef, right?
Yes, it
but
goes with everyone.
I was a kid, exactly.
Correct.
So when I was a kid, I wanted to be a doctor because I always wanted to help people, get better in life. And of course, I could not be a doctor because of our financial situation.
Yeah.
But I chose the alternate solution, because I was just about 6 years old, and my grandmother, my mother's mother, my grandmother was very, very spiritual.
Okay.
So at that time, she started teaching me how to meditate, and she did not know Reiki, but she still knew how to heal through meditation.
Okay. So she was your kind of first guru.
Absolutely. She was my first guru and my only guru in the human form.
Okay.
So she taught me a lot of things because she learned it from her grandmother.
Okay.
And it's always passed down in my mother's side family. Okay. Even though they are Parsis, and I'm sure you are aware that the Parsi religion does not really have a god; they have a prophet. So they worship nature,
Correct.
So a lot of spiritual concepts come from that religion, and that is how I started following everything.
Okay.
Because of that.
Mm-hmm. And still you are passionate about spirituality all the time.
Absolutely. So my passion really was always, to heal people, to help them get better in life, to help them lead a better life.
Yeah.
And that's something that has been going on forever for me.
Wonderful. So, since you've been in corporate life for quite long, and now you are practicing spirituality, I'd like to know more about your work and experience, like how the shift has happened. That also I'd like to curious to know, basically.
Right. So there was a point in my life when I didn't want to pursue spirituality, and I didn't want to do it. When you are very young, and you're naive.
Yeah.
You want to do everything against your family.
Correct.
So because my family was very spiritual, they were never religious but very spiritual. I just didn't want to do it. So I focused very strongly on my corporate career. I went on, to learning a lot of courses, doing a lot of certifications, in training. I got promoted really fast. I became a trainer. From there, moved to being an assistant manager, being a manager, and so on and so forth. I worked with big organizations like Reliance Jio. I have had Amazon as a client with one of the organizations that I work with.
Okay.
And I have had the opportunity to work with some great organizations and great people. But हमेशा एक खालीपन feel होता था हमेशा.
Okay.
And
so,
it was so weird, Jitender, that people would just come sit next to me and open up and start talking.
Okay.
They would just start talking about their problems and things that are, they feel are becoming a burden in their life. Women would talk about their married life problems. Men would talk about their problems at home. What is exactly bothering them, why they feel burdened, why they feel like, the life is getting too stressful. That was just a shocker to me because I could never understand. मैं तो पूछती नहीं.
But since you were not asking why people were coming to you.
Exactly. Why are people coming and talking to me about these things? But then, because obviously I had my grandmother with me, and I think I'm very lucky that I had her with me throughout my process. I would go home, and I always had this habit of discussing my entire day with my grandmother.
Okay.
So I would go home and discuss with her what happened, and then she would tell me that these are signs, that you need to help people.
Correct.
Because if you don't, you're still going to continue to feel incomplete.
Yeah.
And I would deny it, like usually young kids do. I would deny it. But then gradually I did realize that, this is something that I have to carry on.
Okay, so initially you started following spirituality individually, like for your own self, then gradually like to other people also, or you started following it full time, since when?
So I started following this full time about 18 years ago, when I was about 21.
Okay.
That's when I started to do it. Because like I said, when I used to go to work, people would talk to me, and I would be surprised because people at really high positions would come and speak to me.
Yeah.
Or they would just call me in their cabin and make me sit, and they would just talk. And it was so difficult because you have to keep so much secrets with you, and that was a big problem. But धीरे-धीरे समझ में आने लगा कि शायद कहीं ना कहीं लोगों को किसी ऐसे की जरूरत है, somebody who is at the same capability skills as them, skill capability as them. Because if I am highly educated, it's very difficult for me to share my concerns with somebody who I look down upon.
Correct.
And when somebody, when someone who has a market value, has a status, they want to be able to speak to somebody who they feel is at the same skill capability as theirs.
Yes.
As them,
Correct.
And this is one of the biggest reasons why we choose a counselor if we have any kind of concerns, related to mental trauma or abuse or any kind of mental stress as well. We choose a counselor who is at our caliber or at par with us, because अगर मुझे अपनी problems किसी ऐसे discuss करनी पड़े जिसके साथ मैं वो wavelength या vibe match नहीं कर पाती, so I will not go for a second session with that person. This is something that has been statistically proven.
Yes.
Okay. So I realized that मुझे लोगों के लिए कुछ ना कुछ तो करना ही चाहिए, because ये हर जगह से लोग अपने आप मेरे पास आ रहे हैं.
Correct.
That's what I started doing. I started. Let me tell you, let me warn you. I still tried not to get into it. So what I did was I did a counselor certification.
Okay.
ताकि मैं counseling में जा सकूँ. I could take that up as a profession.
Okay.
But I slowly, जितना मैं commercial इस चीज को पढ़ने की कोशिश कर रही थी, उतना ही spiritually involved होती चली गई. So मैं जब counseling करने लगी, I realized I need to meditate. I realized I need to learn more. So that's how I started to advance.
Yeah. And while discussing, you told me about that you are also an witchcraft expert. So this is kind of a thing most people are afraid of, and most people have taken this field as a wrong, we can say occult kind of a thing. So I'd like to know more about it. What exactly is this? How to follow it in the right way, or how to understand this in the right way?
Okay, so to make you understand this in the right way and to answer this, question for a lot of people, क्योंकि बहुत से लोग, the minute I tell them I'm a witchcraft expert, their expression is this. डर जाते हैं बहुत जल्दी. So it's very important that you understand that no craft is bad.
Yes.
It's people who make it bad. Okay.
Correct.
Witchcraft came into existence ages ago when people did not have doctors around. So they would go to these women who had these healing capabilities, had a very soft nature, and these ladies were experts in herbology, Christology, in making infused oils and making infused teas. They were very good at brewing a lot of liquids to ensure that they can help people deal with a lot of diseases.
Okay.
And this really is witchcraft. Witchcraft is not what people think it is. I mean, कबूतर की आँख में कीला मार के आप किसी की जिंदगी नहीं ले सकते. That's not how it works.
Yes.
Okay. This is something that is shown in movies, and it's absolutely not right. Okay.
Correct.
So it is very simple. डॉक्टर के प्रोफेशन में बुरे डॉक्टर्स नहीं होते.
Yes.
टीचर के प्रोफेशन में बुरे टीचर्स नहीं होते.
Correct. Everywhere you find good and bad both.
Exactly. So it is all about people. It is not about the craft. You should not fear the craft. Witchcraft या तंत्र को आप fear कर रहे हो तो आप ऐसे कह रहे हो कि अरे मैं मेडिकल साइंस को fear कर. हाँ. तो आप साइंस को fear करोगे तो आप दवाई नहीं ले पाओगे, आप ठीक नहीं हो पाओगे. Yes. So what people who are, spiritual gurus who are into witchcraft and all, they are mainly somebody who can heal you spiritually, because your body is a carrier. Your soul sometimes requires to heal. Okay. And that's what we help you with. We help you with healing the soul. Yeah. Right? And that in turn helps with healing your body as well.
So in simple words, we can say this is also an art of healing in spirituality.
Absolutely. बस इतना ही है कि इतना ही समझना जरूरी है कि आप don't be afraid of the craft. Don't be afraid of the skill. Be afraid of the people if you want.
Correct. So finding the right people is quite difficult.
Absolutely, because आज की डेट में सबने इसको एक अंधविश्वास का I will use this word धंधा बना के रखा हुआ है. Yes. जो नहीं होना चाहिए. Correct. And there is a lot of things which we will talk about further, because that's I think a very advanced level of information that we will get into, but later. However, right now I will only say this much, that everything is scientific, even in witchcraft. How? I will explain that.
Correct. Okay. We will talk on next session maybe on to it. So, moving on to the next question, I'd like to know about your learnings from your personal and professional journey during these years.
Well, I think people like us who are born psychics, born healers. We constantly learn from life.
Correct.
So. जब मैं किसी को रोड पे if I see somebody begging, that instantly gives me this thought. I mean, I just don't get this thought that अरे बेचारा उसे कुछ खाना दे देना चाहिए. Of course I get that thought first, but then these things start coming to my mind. क्या पिछले जन्म का कर्म होगा जिसकी वजह से वो ये बोल रहा है.
Correct. All depends on
what can I do to help him get out of this. Maybe this is a cycle that he will maybe deal with for lot of lives. What should I do, or what can I do to help him get out of that?
Yes.
How can I help his children not have this kind of a life?
Correct.
So there's a lot that comes to my mind. So the first lesson that I have to teach myself is stop your thoughts, because I would go home and get depressed. Jitender,
correct.
Looking at these things in the world.
Since if you are not able to heal everybody's life because of many reasons, might be they are not ready to take things in a positive way. They don't want to move ahead. Maybe their karmas, or maybe some other reason. They are not willing to come and willing to take the right path. That could be one thing.
Absolutely. And sometimes what happens is, even if you try to heal their life, it does not get healed, because शायद उनके पिछले जन्म के कर्म इतने बुरे हैं that they have to go through what they're supposed to go through.
Correct.
And that is something that you can't really do anything about. Yes. So एक चीज जो मैंने सीखी है, जो दिल भी तोड़ती है, of course, but सही भी है in a way. And that is, no matter how powerful you get spiritually. Like I'm a Kali Siddhak. I am doing more Siddhis right now. Okay, so I constantly do mantra jap as and when I get time. But मैंने एक चीज ये समझी, आप कितनी भी सिद्धियां प्राप्त कर लीजिए, आप कितना भी you advance, how much ever you advance in spirituality, two things you cannot really ever have control on. That is birth of somebody and death of somebody.
Correct.
No matter no matter how much you try to save your loved one, okay, you will not be able to if the loved one is supposed to go.
Correct.
But if the person is not supposed to go, or not supposed to, suffer too much, you will definitely be able to get them out of it. Maybe much more in a much more smoother manner. जो नहीं होता शायद if you wouldn't be healing them.
Correct.
So that is one thing these are the few things that I have learned. Over time, I've also learned that we humans are the worst kind of creatures on this planet.
Yeah.
क्योंकि जब मैं ये देखती हूँ कि किस तरह से जानवरों को ट्रीट किया जाता है, किस तरह से गरीब लोगों को कुछ लोग ट्रीट करते हैं. मैंने जंग छेड़ी है लोगों के साथ. I'm not saying arguments and fights, but मैंने जंग छेड़ी है लोगों के साथ just because कि उन्होंने रास्ते पे कुत्ते को लात मारी. क्योंकि I think Earth as a planet is meant for all of us.
Correct.
Just because we as humans have advanced a little more, that does not mean animals don't have the right to live.
Yeah.
और ये एक चीज है जो मुझे सबसे ज्यादा दर्द देता है.
If we have resources, it's our responsibility. We need to make other animals' life to be more better, whatever ways we can.
Correct.
Right. So with this, I'd like to know more about your vision, mission, and goal for next maybe 5 to 10 years. What you want to do and how?
So my biggest mission, I will say, not vision, but mission in life, is to make people understand that, first of all, spirituality is not... I've heard this a lot from people, so I'm going to use this word. Spirituality is not bullshit. Okay,
yeah.
It's not something that is... It's not something... So बहुत से लोग ये कर देते हैं कि क्योंकि मैं इस बात में नहीं मानता तो एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता.
करेक्ट.
ये तो ऐसा हो गया कि जैसे बिल्ली आंख बंद करके दूध पीती है तो उसे लगता है दुनिया उसे देख नहीं.
करेक्ट.
दैट्स नॉट हाउ इट वर्क्स. करेक्ट. आप उस चीज में मानते नहीं, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि वो एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता. क्या आप ये कहेंगे कि आप साइंस में नहीं मानते तो साइंस एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता? That's not how it is. And I quote science again and again because spirituality is also a science. It is not andhavishwas. It is not superstition.
Correct. And
but
there is a process to everything, and we don't understand the right way of doing it, and we always crib that this is not the thing which is happening, or this is not the thing we should follow. Similar some all the other thoughts maybe. So this is one thing people should know. Everything has a process. Everything has a timelines to it that needs to be followed perfectly. Not perfectly. If you are not able to follow perfectly, then try to improvise.
And don't trust everything that somebody tells you. Please.
Yes.
I'll tell you of an instance, Jitender. You'll be surprised. This lady comes to me one day. She gets my number from Facebook. She contacts me and she tells me that I have a special needs child. And I want to know how much you will charge to heal him.
Okay.
So I asked her, what do you mean heal him? What is the special need of your child?
Okay.
So she told me that he's autistic. Okay. I told her, I said, okay, that is great that you want me to help you heal. Well, I can look into his past life and see why he's suffering this karma.
Yeah.
Okay. But whoever told you that he will be healed is absolutely wrong. Somebody with this kind of ailments cannot be healed.
Correct.
You can, help them lead a better life.
Yeah.
But you cannot heal this.
Correct.
You cannot heal, any kind of disability.
Yeah.
Okay. That cannot be healed. अगर कोई ये कहता है कि वो disabilities heal कर रहे हैं, I will never believe it.
Correct.
क्योंकि ये अगर possible होता तो medical science भी शायद उनके सामने झुक जाता ऐसे लोगों के साथ.
Yes.
और ये spiritually भी possible नहीं है. So I told her that I said I will pray for your child, but there is nothing much I can do.
Yeah.
Since then she's with me. I mean, we've never done any kind of puja or anything at all for our son. Whenever I do a group healing session, I send him Reiki, and that's pretty much. But we've become friends now. She and me have become friends, and she's told so many people, and we've spoken to so many parents, because इतने लोग ऐसे माँ बाप को इतने लोग ठगते हैं that it is really heartbreaking.
Because people see spirituality in a wrong way. The thing is, they see spirituality in a wrong way. They think spirituality can heal, can improve their life, can do wonders to them. That is not the actual thing, which I feel. Spirituality is all about connecting with the God and offering yourself, making yourself free.
Spirituality. So let me correct you a little there, Jitender.
Yeah.
Spirituality means connecting with yourself.
Okay.
Because तुम खुद उस परमात्मा के अंश हो.
Correct.
Understand? So if you are not powerful enough, or you are not strong enough, you can never take care of anybody else. If you don't love yourself enough, you can never love anybody else.
Yes.
And that's a fact of life. Okay? So in spirituality, how you connect to the divine is by making sure you take care of yourself.
Okay.
And you take care of yourself not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and at a soul level.
Correct.
So this is what spirituality is about. This is exactly why the beginning of being a spiritual person is being able to meditate or learning how to meditate. Because only if you look at your inner self is when you will realize what you are, you can connect with yourself.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
आज की डेट में I'll give you a very simple example, Jitender. अगर आप किसी से पूछे, so Nikki, tell me, who are you? The first thing that a person will start saying, well, my name is Nikki and I am a spiritual guru and I do this, I do that. मेरा काम मुझे define करता है.
Correct.
But who am I really as a person? ये कोई नहीं समझता.
तो
spirituality कहीं ना कहीं आपको वो ज्ञान प्राप्त करने की क्षमता देता है, that you understand who you are as a person, who you are as a soul, what makes you happy really, what makes you sad. This is what you need to know, this is what you need to understand.
Correct.
And that is what spirituality is all about.
So more onto it, I'd like to know on spirituality, what are the right ways to follow spirituality, and what are the myths and pluses, minuses, what we call them, advantages, disadvantages of following spirituality. I'd like to know more onto it.
Sure. So first of all, let me tell you, Jitendra, you will not be able to follow spirituality unless you have a calling for it.
Okay.
So when you have a calling for it is when you will automatically find ways. Okay. So सबसे पहले लोग क्या करते थे? Try to study things they try to read books, articles, ताकि वो समझ सके कि exactly ये है क्या, process क्या है. Now to be able to become spiritual, the first step to it is to make sure that you have a disciplined life.
Okay.
आज के ज़माने में क्या होता है ना, हम सोचते हैं कि सुबह 6 बजे मैं उठती हूँ, 7 बजे तक रेडी होके मैं घर से निकल जाती हूँ, 9 बजे तक मैं ऑफिस पहुंच जाती हूँ, रात के 9 बजे तक मैं काम करती हूँ, घर आके खाना खा के सो जाती हूँ. डिसिप्लिन लाइफ है, टाइम से सब कुछ करती हूँ. पर इस सारे टाइम में, इस पूरे 24 घंटे के टाइम में मैं अपने आप को कब टाइम देती हूँ?
नेवर.
और जब भी और तुम बताओ जितेंद्र, तुम खुद को कितना टाइम देते?
Frankly speaking, very rarely. I do meditation a little bit sometimes, but if I talk daily routine, no, I don't do it daily. So
meditation is not only about focusing, with your eyes shut on your third eye. No, let's become a little modern.
Yeah, I also need some clarity onto it.
So even if you are playing your favorite music and you're lying down and just relaxing, that is also a form of meditation.
Okay.
जरूरी नहीं है कि मेडिटेशन किसी एक आसन में ही बैठ के करना है. आप कुर्सी पे बैठ के, आप बेड पे लेट के भी आप मेडिटेशन कर सकते हो. Okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay. Also, अगर आप इनिशियली मेडिटेशन करते करते सो जाते हो, जो बहुत से लोगों के मुंह से मैंने सुना है कि मैं मेडिटेशन करते करते सो जाता हूँ और मेरे मेडिटेशन गुरु ने कहा नहीं सोना नहीं चाहिए. It's a very simple and scientific logic.
Correct.
आप जब मेडिटेशन करते हो तो आपका बॉडी every cell in your body relaxes and it calms down.
Yes.
Okay? Yes. Even spiritually, you constantly vibrate at a very high level. When you meditate, okay, your vibration elevates, however your body calms down. So when that happens, your mind kind of it shifts focus from everything chaotic in your life.
Yeah.
Okay. And when that happens, you will obviously feel, sleepy.
Correct.
Because
it happens with me all the time.
ये सब फीलिंग को इनिशियली जब आप मेडिटेट करते हो, ये सारी फीलिंग को आपने अब्सॉर्ब करना सीखा नहीं. आपने इस फीलिंग को अब सिर्फ महसूस किया है, अभी से अब्सॉर्ब करना सीखा नहीं.
करेक्ट.
तो इनिशियल स्टेज में यू विल कॉन्स्टेंटली फॉल asleep. And that's absolutely fine. For people who cannot focus, very easily and cannot meditate very easily, use guided meditation, audio clips that you get on YouTube.
Correct.
Anything that you find soothing. क्योंकि बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि आपको किसी की आवाज अच्छी लगती है, किसी की नहीं लगती. तो आपको जिसकी भी आवाज अच्छी लगती है, जिसकी भी आवाज आपको soothing लगती है, use that guided meditation and do it. When you do it for 21 days, you will automatically get used to, being able to meditate.
Okay.
So that is something you should do at the beginning. Meditation in itself, Jitender, will help you realize what you're passionate about.
Yes.
Realize what you need healing with. You will realize, what kind of abuse you went through in your life, okay, which you did not even realize that it actually was an abuse.
Correct.
लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं वो आज तुम्हारी जिंदगी में बहुत ज्यादा it is affecting you.
Correct.
वो सारी चीजें surface पे आना शुरू होती है, when you start to become spiritual, when you start to meditate. So किसी भी spiritual गुरु की जर्नी हमेशा इनिशियली बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रगल से भरी हुई होती है.
Yes.
And that is because you surface everything so strongly that if you are not able to, take care of it, you will mentally break down.
Correct.
Okay?
So,
and उस टाइम आपका फैमिली बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है.
Okay. Correct. So, with this, I'd like to know more about what are the challenges faced by most people while following spirituality, and what are the ways to actually overcome them. Could be 3, 4, 5 things which we can do to overcome them.
So, when people try to become spiritual, like I said, first of all, most of the concerns that they've been through, the abuse that they've been through, it starts to surface.
Correct.
उसको कंट्रोल करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है. बहुत बार लोगों को people have to go through some sort of therapy as well.
Yeah.
Okay. But that does not mean that you're weak. Okay. It just means that you're so strong that you're trying to get out of this chakra.
So this is kind of negative thoughts and negative feelings which we get during those times when we do meditation and all. Okay.
Yes, a lot of times. So not really negative thoughts and negative feelings, but a lot of times what happens is जब आप मेडिटेशन करने बैठते हैं, बहुत बार आपके मन में कुछ सवाल होते हैं जिसके आप जवाब जानना चाहते हैं. Like for example, मेरे कुछ स्टूडेंट्स हैं, उनमें से एक ने मुझे ये पूछा कि मेरा रिश्ता मेरी मदर के साथ अच्छा क्यों नहीं है. Okay. She didn't have a very good relationship with her mother. So I told her, I just told her, I usually tell my students, meditate on that question.
Okay.
अब जब आप उस क्वेश्चन पे मेडिटेट करते हैं, sorry, what were you saying?
So that means try to find out solution or the answers your own self, like exploring yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely, because that is what spirituality is about, right, Jitender?
Yeah.
If I don't let you explore it on your own, you may learn things from my experience, but you will not experience anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and that is very important. Spirituality is all about experience.
Correct.
So the more you focus on the question, the more you will actually see things that have happened in your childhood. You know, you will understand what got you to that stage of, difficulty that you are at right now.
Correct.
So the girl came back to me saying, when I was a kid, she would hit me a lot when I used to study.
Okay.
When I was a kid, she would not let me play when I wanted to play. When I was a kid, this happened, that happened. So she automatically started coming back with answers to that question.
Correct. So it could be smallest of the things.
Correct. तो ये stage 1 है. जब आपको negative emotions आपके surface पे आते हैं, क्योंकि आपको you understand what is the problem. Now stage 2 to understand the solution. So I told her, now put yourself in her place and understand why she did that.
Correct.
Now also try to understand that if what could she have done differently. Okay, so maybe she did that because she was a working mother and she really did not have time to give her.
Yes.
All right. So she would get really irritated and beat her up and do such things.
Yeah.
Now, right, what could you have done differently? She thinks about the fact that, okay, maybe she could have not worked, but if she didn't work, how would money come in? So pretty much giving that person the opportunity to do their own analysis.
Yes. Definitely.
Do your own root cause analysis and see why exactly, this thing happened. And बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि people reach the stage where they understand कि अच्छा इसकी वजह से that person behaved like this and they get the capability to forgive the person.
Correct. So like letting it go.
That's a full circle.
That is really important. And then the next stage comes. Then what is the objective or outcome or the things like move ahead?
So once you release all the piled up negativity inside you is when the next stage comes. Now in this next stage, you advance as a spiritual person with the goal in mind that now you need to help others.
Okay.
So
this is the next.
Now you need to help. Correct. So now you need to help others to be able to get out of the similar situation that you were in. Okay. And you start to advance. You start to learn various modalities of healing. You start to understand what is good, what is bad, what kind of karma is good, what kind of karma is bad, and so on and so forth.
Right. So, since you have been outspoken on various topics, also you've been working on this thing. So, so consciously. And you have been while we discussing about this thing, you said you have a fight with many people. So you were introvert or extrovert initial days of your life, and how the things have moved up to this stage that you have started gearing up on others and kind of a thing.
I have always been an extrovert, always been talkative, always been outspoken. I am not somebody who shies away from talking about things. I can talk about topics that women will find, or consider, or people in this country find it to be a taboo to talk about. I very comfortably talk about those topics also. There is no problem, because I think कि बात करने से बात बनती है. This is something that I always
I also follow this.
Exactly. So मुझे नहीं लगता कि किसी चीज के बारे में भी बात नहीं करनी चाहिए. And I think I am so outspoken, bold as a person, and have such an extrovert personality, and उसका भी श्रेय सारा मेरी grandmother को जाता है, because I could talk about anything and everything under the sun with her.
Yeah.
So because she gave me that opportunity, I opened up so well.
Correct.
And since then I have been able to, help people also a lot. And yeah, of course I've calmed down a lot as a person. Earlier I could now not spend 5 minutes alone. Now I can spend hours just being alone in my room meditating, and I wouldn't even realize that I have been in meditation for so many hours.
Correct.
But so I have calmed down as a person, but I am still an extrovert. I am still outspoken, and I still definitely enjoy my conversations with a lot of people.
Wonderful. Definitely, like you should follow your passion with all dedication, determination, and also sometimes you need to be aggressive also, but little bit, not much. Right.
Correct. Yeah.
Correct. So, with this journey of yours, being into spirituality and all, I'd like to know a personal question: who all supported you, and who does not in your family, friends, maybe?
Well, in this case, I have been extremely lucky. I told you my first and my only guru was my grandmother. She still is and always will be. My mother has been extremely supportive and loving towards me. My father, oh my God. My father has been somebody who's held my hand and said, this is the right thing to do. Don't worry about what the world has to say.
Wonderful.
Okay.
But
so
usually,
there has been...
usually in normal families, it is quite opposite. You don't get family support.
Exactly. In fact, there have been times when, see, my mother's, like I said before, my mother is a Parsi and my father is a Punjabi.
Yeah.
So my mother's side family, they're kind of, they're very apne kaam se kaam rakhne wale people, so they don't really interfere.
Correct.
And of course, my mother's entire family is blessed with, psychic capabilities. Okay. So that is one of the reasons why they don't have anything negative to say as well. But my father's side family, initially when I started doing things, my aunts have called and told him, they've called him and said, "Ye kya kaam kar rahi hai Nikki? Ye sab kya hai? Ye bakwas mein kahan pad gayi and all." And my father has said she will do what she wants to do and what she thinks is right for her. Correct. I know how much struggles my daughter goes through when she is actually helping somebody else with their problems, how she takes it on herself, how she helps people have a better life. मुझे वो सब दिखता है, मुझे पता है कि मेरी बेटी क्या काम कर रही है. मेरी बेटी को दुनिया में किसी को सफाई देने की जरूरत नहीं है. And that is exactly what my father said. So I feel so proud that I have parents like this who have supported me so much, throughout my journey, who've been there with me. And I'll tell you, there have been times, Jitender, when, of course, because healers like us take so much, we try and exchange energies with people, as often as we can. क्योंकि कभी-कभी कुछ लोग आते हैं और बहुत ज़्यादा डिप्रेशन में होते हैं and all that.
Yes.
उसकी वजह से even we break down a lot of times.
Correct.
So recently ऐसा time आया है मेरी life में when, for a few days I was just feeling very lost and depressed, And my mom just told my father once, देखो 3 दिन से room से बाहर नहीं निकली है. My dad, he just opened the door and said, "Come on, let's go out. चलो, घूम के आते हैं." He took me out, we had ice cream. He spoke to me about a lot of things, and why it is important for someone like me to stay strong, what is the significance of someone like me in people's lives, and he said so many motivating things to me that I came home laughing. And I completely forgot about, that kind of mental trauma that I was going through for no reason really,
Yes.
So this is something that I've been really very lucky.
So I must say you are blessed with right people in your life, parents, family support, whatever, all all aspect of family is there with you in your journey.
Yes.
And they are there helping you, supporting you, guiding you as well. This is really wonderful. So with this, I'd like to know more about your inspirations and motivations in life. Who are the people who inspire and motivated you?
So I don't really idolize one person, okay? Because I believe that, you pick up good from everybody around.
Yes.
So my first idol, of course, is my grandmother's, because she was something else. मैंने कभी किसी 80 साल की लेडी को ये कहते हुए नहीं देखा कि तू टैटू कराने जा रही है तो मेरा नाम टैटू जरूर करवाना, वरना मैं किसी बात नहीं करूँ. So that's how my grandmother was, So she would try to bribe me with alcohol. आज थोड़ा सा पिएंगे, और मैंने कभी पी नहीं, because Parsis drink. Everybody is aware that Parsis drink, so she used to drink. She used to have her little pegs and enjoy her life, and she would try to bribe me with that thoda sa. And so that's the kind of person she was. So I think what she did is, with age, with experience, she kept evolving. She wasn't a part of her generation after some time.
Correct.
Because at 80, she would use words like dude, because I would use the word dude. So she would use the word like dude. She said, dude, kya kar rahe hai, yaar, So that's how my grandmother was. And I think that is the biggest inspiration, to be able to evolve and transform with time. That's very important, to not be stuck in one era or one generation.
Yes.
So that is one of the biggest reasons why she is somebody I idolize greatly. And of course, Sadhguru is somebody I really, really admire. I think he is, the way he preaches spirituality, the way he talks about things, the way he he puts forth the entire concept of spirituality. Also telling the world that you don't have to become a sannyasi to be a spiritual person.
Yes. And the way,
and that is fantastic.
Really fantastic. And the way he explained even a small thing, so that is kind of like you really feel like listening him more and more.
Yes, exactly. So that is something. And और मुझे ये चीज बहुत अच्छी लगती है कि वो ये कभी नहीं कहते कि ये छोड़ दो, वो छोड़ दो, ये कर दो. He always says, think. If you think it is right for you, then do it. Which is absolutely correct,
Correct.
If I think it is right for me, I should do it. I should not do it because somebody else told me to do it.
Yes.
And that is very important. I love the fact that he rides bikes and he travels so much. He meets people and somewhere I want to be able to do something like that. Be able to reach as many people as I can to make them understand and realize the beauty of spirituality.
Correct.
So that's pretty much it.
Really important. And with this, I'd like to know your take on success. What it looked like to you?
I think I'm a very successful person already. Because for me, success is being able to bring change in even one person's life. And I think that I've already done. So for me, success is not about my bank balance. It's not about what kind of car I drive or what kind of house I live in. Success is all about how many people's lives have I touched. How many people's lives have I been able to change? How many people are living a better life? Because I was able to help them, and that is what success means to me. And I'm just hoping that I reach my goal of making people understand the beauty of spirituality, while making them understand that don't bow down to superstitions. And don't hold hands of wrong people.
Correct.
Understand your own power. That's very important. आपको किसी के पास जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप अपनी खुद की शक्ति को समझो. You can heal yourself and your family. On your own. You don't need anybody.
True. So with this, we are moving on to the last question. So any message, advice you would like to make to our audience, listeners and viewers?
Well, yes, the biggest message that I would want to give to people today, is समझो कि तुम खुद बहुत ज़्यादा शक्तिशाली हो. तुम खुद एक you yourself are, a part of the divine. You yourself are the part of the ultimate divine. Okay?
Yes.
You are not powerless. Nobody is powerless. Everybody has the capability of becoming powerful. Correct. Everybody has the capability of, healing themselves and healing others. Everybody has the capability of living a better life, and everybody has the capability of making sure people around you live a better life.
Yes.
And not just people, but even, that all creatures around you live a better life.
Yes, so, definitely.
This is something that I want to tell people, that don't think that you're powerless. You are powerful. You just need to know how to bring that part of you out.
Correct.
That's correct. That is pretty much the most important part of life today.
Yes, definitely. It is a great thought to start with. First, you try to explore your own self. Once you are there, then the actual growth starts.
Yeah, so that is true.
Yes. On this note, I'd like to just want to say that the discussion we had was really an amazing discussion we had, and you shared lots of valuable insights about spirituality, how we should follow this and all. And I think the discussion which we had is not enough to sum it up in a complete way. And it is the first part, I can say, of our discussion. We want to continue with more such discussions, and we should come up with more similar kind of thought processes, myths, and some questions also. And I think people would be having some questions related to our discussions. So I'd like to give a message to everybody who is listening, viewing this video or this podcast. If you have any kind of question related to spirituality and you want to know more from Nikki, please do comment on the comment section. Whatever questions you had, maybe we can take it up in our next session, and we would be able to throw some light onto it. So with this note, I'd like to say thank you, Nikki, to you for sharing so many useful information about spirituality and all. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful discussion with you.
You're welcome.
And and I'll also share your social media links with our video and podcast, so that people can be in touch with you wherever they need some kind of advice, guidance, or help from your side. So guys, don't forget to check that out as well. So thank you so much everyone for watching and listening. I hope you all must have gathered a lot of information and valuable insight about spirituality, and enjoyed watching our video and listening podcast too. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and have a good time. Thank you and bye-bye.